Hey guys, so as you will all know by now, we've had nearly a week to experience the new unlocks and maps we can expect to see in the Final Stand DLC. But one thing we still haven't received yet is of course a confirmed release date, so we could still be looking at maybe a month or even 2 months before this DLC is finally released. Now of course in that time we probably can expect to see a lot of small tweaks made to not only the maps and maybe some of the positions of the MCOMs and the flags, but of course some rebalancing of the gadgets and weapons. I think we all know at the moment the SC-42 is probably the most overpowered weapon we have ever seen in Battlefield. It's a do-it-all, kill everything at any distance weapon, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see that massively nerfed. But in terms of the pulse rifle, that will probably stay the same. Of course, it is a one-shot killing machine, but that one shot in the barrel and of course a very slow reload time does balance the weapon out. And of course, it is a pickup only weapon, so you can't run around the whole map getting loads of new ammunition and keeping it for the entire game. So at the moment, I think that weapon probably is fine. I haven't found myself being irritated by it yet. I have been killed by it a fair few times, but I still think it's well balanced. Now the one thing this DLC is missing is of course unlocked weapons. Now if you weren't aware yet, it does seem like we won't be seeing any unlocked weapons with this DLC. Now I do know that will upset a lot of players, of course. A lot of you guys do enjoy not only using the weapons, but actually completing the challenge of unlocking the weapon itself. But I do think now we have so many weapons in Battlefield that a lot of them are almost identical, and it is only the aesthetics of the weapon themselves that actually makes them stand apart. But of course I can understand it is very fun to try and unlock those guns, but there is definitely such thing as having too many weapons in a game. Now personally I'm not too disappointed by this. I think DICE have probably made the right decision. We almost have 300 weapons in Battlefield, so if you can't find the right gun for you in the existing weapon list, then you probably should find a different game because there are so many to pick from already. So as I said, I think it's the right move from DICE, but it will definitely upset a lot of people. And with that said, that seems to be the theme of this DLC. I don't think I've seen a previous DLC quite split people's opinion as much as this one. Whilst it's got a lot of people very excited, it seems to have got a lot of people very upset. Some people just don't want to see the futuristic hover tanks, the railguns, the MKVs. They bought into Battlefield 4, a game that's meant to be a realistic military style game. Of course, when you bought Premium nearly 12 months ago, you probably weren't expecting to get futuristic maps and weapons and gadgets, so I do understand that side of the argument. But at the very same time, we've had a lot of DLCs already with realistic vehicles, weapons and maps, so I see why DICE have tried to change things up, make it a little bit different, maybe a little bit more exciting, so I can understand both sides of the argument very easily. Now from looking at the video title, I bet a lot of you guys thought I was just going to say this is the best DLC we've seen so far, but I'm actually going to put the question out there to you guys. I want to know which DLC you think is the best we've had yet. The best maps, the best weapons, the best vehicles, the best unlocks. Tell me which you think has added the most fun and longevity to Battlefield 4. Now the reason I say best DLC yet, I'm still pretty adamant and hopeful that we may see something extra in a few months' time. Of course, as I've told you guys before, the DICE developers have been very interested in our favourite Battlefield 3 maps that we still would like to see in this game, so I'm still crossing my fingers and hoping that we may still see something released before the new Battlefield Hardline. Now from all the DLCs we've had released so far, whilst I may not think this is the best DLC overall, I am definitely enjoying the maps, and that has surprised me because I'm not usually a fan of very big, large open maps, and I have to say, I think Hangar 21 could probably be one of the best maps in Battlefield 4. Fighting in and around that Titan base is a lot of fun. I've played it a lot since then. It wasn't just a one-off match I really enjoyed. Every single game I have on there seems to go really well and turns out to be a lot of fun. And those rocket pods, they can be a lot of fun trying to get campers off the roof, as you saw at the start of this video. So for me, this could be a pretty popular map, which could make it a great DLC. But as I said, not having all of those unlocked weapons, I think will make it probably not that popular with a lot of people. For me, so far, the DLC that clinches it probably has to be Dragon's Teeth. Not only the infantry focused maps, but also the weapons we got to unlock. I did think those maps were very good looking, and they are maps I do find myself playing a lot. So at the moment, I probably think Dragon's Teeth for me personally is definitely taking the top spot. Now of course, if you aren't a PC player, I know a lot of you guys out there are on the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, so you don't have access to CTE. If you haven't seen a lot of this DLC yet, I do have pretty much videos of every single map in Final Stand on my channel now, so I will have links to those at the end of the video. So if you want to get more of a good idea of what you can expect from this DLC, don't forget to check out my previous videos, not only at the end of the video, but of course on my channel page as well. And if you do have any questions for me about anything in this DLC, any questions you have about the weapons, the map themselves, I will try and answer as many of your questions as I can down in the comment section below. And as I said earlier, I want to hear from you guys. What is your favourite DLC? What is your favourite weapon unlocks? Which is your best bit of Battlefield Premium we've had so far? And if you did enjoy this video, a like is always appreciated. I wanted to keep it short and sweet for today. You can be expecting more Airsoft videos later this week, and of course more Battlefield 4, so stay tuned with the channel. But in the meantime guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.